Welcome. If you are watching this, you've likely mastered the basics of ProcessModel. You can set up arrivals, define activities, and connect the dots. But sometimes the standard property fields just aren't enough. Real-world processes are complex. They have exceptions, specific resource requirements, and conditional rules. To model that reality, you need to take control. You need action logic. Action logic is where you design custom behavior for your model. It allows you to enter simple yet powerful logic statements that define how entities move, wait, and change states. While standard fields handle the basics, action logic lets you assign values to attributes, manipulate variables, and perform complex tests using if-then statements. You can define this logic on almost anything: activities, storages, arrivals, or routings. You simply click the Action tab in the Properties dialog. Before we start writing code, we need to understand the two main building blocks of logic: attributes and variables. Think of an attribute like a luggage tag attached to a specific bag. It travels with that single entity. Its value describes that specific item, like its destination, weight, or arrival time. Attributes are private. They cannot be seen or changed by other entities. Pro tip: always begin your attribute names with A. For example, a_type or a_weight. This makes your logic easy to read later. In contrast, variables are global. Think of a variable like a scoreboard in a stadium. Everyone can see it, and any entity can update it. Variables track the state of the system, like the total number of finished parts, or the current hour of the day. Unlike attributes, variables appear in your output reports. Every time a variable changes, the value is saved. This allows you to show what happens over time, or show the frequency of values. Just like attributes, you should use a naming convention here. Start all variables with v, like v_count or v_total. So, remember, if the data needs to move with the item, use an attribute. If the data needs to be seen by the whole model or reported in Excel, use a variable. Now that you know the difference, let's look at how to write the logic. So, how do you write it? You don't need to memorize the entire syntax dictionary to get started. ProcessModel helps you build valid logic. Inside the Action Logic window, you'll see the Keywords and Filters button. Clicking this opens a dialog where you can select the specific element or statement you need, whether it's a variable, a resource, or a distribution. Once selected, just press Insert or double-click to paste it directly into your window. If the insert has options, you are also shown the proper format. For those of you who prefer to keep your hands on the keyboard, there is a faster way. Start typing the name of any ProcessModel element, and the system will recognize what you are doing and present a pop-up names that match what you have started to type. You can select the function, name, or variable you need right there. This ensures your syntax is correct and significantly speeds up your workflow. At the heart of action logic are expressions and Boolean logic. Expressions follow standard mathematical rules. You can combine attributes, variables, and numbers using standard operators like multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. When you need to make a decision, like, should this part go to inspection, you use Boolean expressions. These compare values to return a true or false result. You have your standard operators here: equal to, greater than, less than, not equal to, and less than or equal to. Let's look at the tools in your toolkit. We call these statements. These control the behavior of the software. For resource management, you will use get to capture resources and free to release them. If you need multiple resources simultaneously, use jointly get. To track data, use INC and DEC to increment or decrement your variables and attributes. And for flow control, you have if, then, else to execute blocks of code based on conditions, and a while do statement to repeat an action for as long as a condition is true. You also have statements that control the simulation itself. Stop. Terminates the current simulation. This is useful for ending a run when a specific target is achieved. Display. Holds the simulation and displays a message, which is excellent for preparing a presentation model. The model will pause before critical points and provide prompts to help the presenter. Hitting the Enter key continues the simulation. Report. Calculates an interim output report and then continues running. This helps to determine the system status at key points in the simulation. These interim reports become accessible in the output report. And animate. Lets you speed up or slow down the visual representation of a model. Again, this is useful in a presentation model. Skip boring parts by turning off the animation. Then, run the model slowly when you want to highlight a specific point. Combine the animate statement with a separate entity, scheduled arrival, and activity to schedule precisely when you want the animation speed to change. These added items won't change how the model executes or collects statistics, but they will adjust the animation speed to improve your presentation. While statements do things, functions return information. They are the eyes and ears of your logic. For example, contents tells you how many entities are currently at a specific activity. You can use this to make decisions based on how busy a location is. FreeCap returns the available capacity of a location. And clock returns the current simulation time. This is vital to capturing throughput time in the middle of a process. Whether you're assigning values, managing complex resources, or creating conditional routings, action logic transforms a static diagram into a dynamic, accurate model of reality. Don't be afraid to experiment with the keywords dialog and the help menus. They are there to guide you. To see actual examples of how action logic is used in a model, check out the following model objects. Open and review the model to discover how the logic works. Start building smarter models today with ProcessModel Action Logic. Thanks for watching this training video on Action Logic. If you have questions, start by contacting support at ProcessModel.com. When you email ProcessModel, it is best to send your model along with an explanation of what you want to happen. Usually, within a few minutes, we can diagnose and suggest a solution by return email. As needed, we will recommend a phone call or an online meeting to assist you better. We'll talk with you soon.